Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Elder Scrolls 3 MOR Row in the TM, where previously we were doing more Imperial Legion stuff. Oh, that's always a good start, isn't it? Unable to find friendly group clone, ancestor ghost, summon 000003 in load for... Yes, yes to all. Pray for the mods. Pray for the installation, everybody. That was unusual. I promise you I haven't changed anything with the install since we played it last time, so I don't know what that was about. Starting off with an error in grand Morrowind tradition. Yes, exactly. I mean, that's pretty much how most of the Let's Play on YouTube went over the years. Every time I booted up that installation to record some more of the old Fathers Let's Play, I was always confronted by half a dozen error messages every time, and we managed to make it through, so I'm sure we'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's 8 AM, the 13th of Heartfire, our 29th day in the province of Morrowind. And, well, previously, we rescued Danza, the Red Guard, from a cave in the swamp for Rad Hardheart, which is the dude standing right next to us right now. What else did we do? Oh yeah, we rescued Josian the Breton from the Mabragash camp by killing all of the Ashlanders. That was lovely. That's the other thing we did. Pretty much the only two things we did in that entire stream, actually. It was a lot of running around in the Ashlands, being dehydrated, and and that was kind of it, really.
Not unwelcome. Please go ahead.
I forgot this place has a high elf
Greetings
legionary.
to you, Cyrodiil.
It's so weird seeing a high elf legionary. It's just odd. Does this guy have any unique dialogue, do you think?
Greetings to you, Cyrodiil.
Nope, he is just Imperial Archer and Trooper of the Imperial Legion. I didn't realize his name was Imperial Archer. I didn't even pay attention. Brilliant. Right. So the eagle-eyed among you may have noticed I'm leaving the fort right now without having picked up any new orders from Rad Hardheart. And the reason for that, I've decided, is that I'm fed up with Vvardenfell. The quests here suck. We're going to go to Tamriel Rebuilt for a while. We're going to go on a little vacation to the mainland. Do some actually decent quests for a change. Because I've checked, and Tamriel Rebuilt has a number of Imperial Legion quests for us to do. I've even heard that the ones in Firewatch are quite good. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to go to Firewatch. Kind of don't really know how to get there, though, off the top of my head, without using the Mages Guild. I haven't really thought that far ahead. I haven't even checked out Firewatch since the Embers of Empire expansion either. So my memories of Firewatch are of the old Firewatch. I don't know what the new version is like. Presumably improved. But yeah. Swim, I mean, if it comes to it. Yeah, we'll just swim. It's very weird that it's still difficult to travel to the mainland from Vvardenfell with even the most recent versions of Tamriel Rebuilt. It never seems to be easy. I'm thinking my best guess at the moment would be maybe if we go to Ebonheart, maybe we can get a boat from Ebonheart to Tamriel Rebuilt land. Scrolls of Icarian Flight. I don't have any Scrolls of Icarian Flight. I know it's an easy thing to just assume that the player has Scrolls of Icarian Flight, but not this time. Shadow has no hero clothes. No, yes, it's the good old vanilla Shadow system. 2002 vintage. Travel to Vivek. Oh god, are we going to have enough money for the bus fare? I've got 24 gold left. Great. Well, we're in Vivek now. At the Prancing Quama. And I've got no friggin' money. Hello, dude. Calovian fur gauntlets, eh? Fancy. An Ashlander shield. Shredder. A chitin dagger. What can I sell you, my good sir? I got a few things I could sell you, but what have I got that I can sell you that I actually want to sell you? I mean, nothing that you'll buy, probably. You definitely can't have the Sword of Augustus, so... Need to find a different trader. You, sir! You have a sort of generic tradery look about you. Oh, you're more of like a bartendery type drink seller.
We're watching. Scum.
Oh, hello. This banner looks like trader material. Bernadette's Imports. Get out of the way, Publius. Here we go. This looks more promising. Adamantium longbow. Want. I can't have, but want.
We're watching you. Scum.
Silver saber. Way Shrines, thanks for the tier 1 sub. And Windlands as well, welcome back. 63 sodding months. Not a short amount of time by any stretch of the imagination. Hope you're doing well. Ray tracing for Morrowind win. Really, woman? You won't buy my amazingly valuable book? What is wrong with you? You look like you'll buy just about anything else. Don't make me walk all the way to Joshabar's. I'm gonna have to walk all the way to Joshabar's, aren't I? You won't even buy alchemy ingredients. Useless excuse for a trader. Good day, madam. What's this? Oh, it's someone's house. Read all his skill books. Yeah, I suppose I could. Who's this over here? Shady looking individual hanging out behind the a humble merchant of throwing stars. What is your background, sir? He does a little of this and a little of that, apparently. Well, consider me tickled. I was expecting skooma or lockpicks. Not ninja stars. Oh man, that's like a bar down there now. Sweet. I like the blue and orange lanterns. It's very on brand for this city. Shady, thanks for the 38 months of subbage. Welcome back. You might actually buy my my Telvanni resin. Or is there anything else worth selling you? Not really. Oh, Hackle Low isn't worth 30 anymore. It's worth 5. Kind of makes sense. Hackle Low was like weirdly valuable in vanilla. Thanks for the 9 gold. Man, not having mercantile skill kind of screws you over in Tamriel, but not Tamriel Rebuilt. Sorry, the other one, Rebirth. That was it, Morrowind Rebirth. Oh, for some reason, for some boneheaded, nonsensical reason, I always get those two mixed up. Hello. Wonder where that goes. That's definitely not there in the original game. Jobber Shah. I always get his name wrong. Jobber Shah's rare books. best shop in the city. Quite like the AI upscale book covers, actually. They're pretty neat.
Submit to the three, the spirits and thy lords.
The only person I submit to, sir, is the Emperor of Tamriel. One of your heathen gods. Netchherder's Book of Jokes. Hello. This is new. During their pilgrimage to High Hrothgar, an Altmer, a Dunmer, and a Nord bickered to no end about whose god was the greatest. At one point, the Dunmer had enough of it and proclaims, "I will now jump from this rock and into the abyss, and if Lady Azura wills it, I will be saved." He jumps into the mist, while the awestruck Altmer and Nord look. While the awestruck Altmer and Nord look. After a few seconds, the Dunmer splatters at the base of the mountain. "By Auriel, what dedication!" cries the Altmer. Then it turns to the Nord. "Would you be prepared to show that amount of dedication to your Talos, Nord?" "Why, certainly," replies the Nord with a laugh. He then proceeds to throw up the Altmer off the cliff. Very good. Very good. Very good. Khajiit walks up to his Bosmer friend. "What are you eating?" he asks. "An Argonian," replies the Bosmer. "Why an Argonian?" asks the Khajiit, familiar of their traditions, but puzzled as to why his friend would choose such unappetizing meat. "Well," replies the Bosmer, "it's a holiday season, so I decided to fast." I don't get it. Can I buy this book from Jobbershah? I want this book. Whoa! Hello. That's new. 36 mil... No, not million. Wait, is it million? No, it's 3.6 million seconds on self. Wow. How long is 3.6 million seconds? Good old Jobbershahs. Joshabars, whatever his name is. I have an abiding love of bookshops in real life, so it's no surprise that I absolutely love this place too. In fact, if I were ever bored enough one day to make a mod for this game, I mean, I used to make mods for this game quite a lot back in the day, but I never released any of them publicly, and most of them were never finished. But if I ever felt like making a mod for this game, I'd make it just a complete and total overhaul of Jobbershah's bookshop. I'd give I'd add some quests for you to do for Jobbershah. I make it so you could like get a job at the bookshop. You'd have wacky Joshabar the bookseller related adventures. Ah, here, that's just what I was looking for. Thank you for the skill points. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thought that was a skill book. Tale of the Devious Trader. Ooh. Hey, mercantile increased. Hurrah. I'll get like 1% less ripped off now. Oh, it has pictures! Amazing. Look, Publius. This one's got pictures. You could read this. Oh, is this backstory for the Mudcrab Merchant? That is hilarious. I want to buy this as well. Hello, sir. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome to Jabashah's bookstore. He has many volumes that others do not have to sell. Even some volumes that others do not want Jabashah to sell. Jabashah is one of few Khajiit that come to Morrowind voluntarily. What does Jabashah mean by that? Imperial should look around and see what becomes of Khajiit in this land. Well, well, well. Tome of Mysticism. Aha, there it is. Nitshirter's Book of Jokes. I can't afford this. What am I doing? Sorry, I got a little carried away there. I forgot that I'm broke. Here, have this. I'll be back for that book, Mr. Jabashah. I want that book of jokes. Come on, dude. Cut me a break out. I'm completely broke. I need money. Have you ever considered playing Enderall on your channel? I have! Already done it, mate. Achievement gotten.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Just checking on my hunger and thirst bars. Right. Have you considered pallying Skyrim, though? Ooh, button. What does this button do? Oh my, it's a teleporter? You're kidding. What? What? Amazing. A little bit extra, but amazing. I guess some mage got really tired of walking around this place. Decided, right, screw it, I'm building some teleporters. This, I can't help but feel like this has put the Gondoliers out of business, though. Like, the Gondoliers Guild must have been up in arms about this. Who's this guy? Your Leaf. I'm CV Antonia. I'm Your Leaf. Don't worry. Vivek can be a confusing place for us. Generic dialogue. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Morrowind. You don't play it for the NPC dialogue, admittedly. Guess I might as well walk to Ebonheart. Save myself some damn money. At this rate, though, I'm going to have to walk all the way to Firewatch. Ugh. Actually, how the hell do you get to Ebonheart from here? I can't remember. You have to go around that way, don't you? Did I have a cloak? I think I made myself a cloak at some point, but I must have sold it. Out of desperation for money. Or desperation over carry capacity, one of the two. Do I have any water walking potions? Yes, I do. Hold on a second. Water walking for 3 seconds. Oh dear. I didn't realise my water walking potions were so bad. Oh no. If you see a random passing silt strider, can you just jump on it? I don't think so, no. Although we can give it a try here, I suppose. Come back! Hello? Taxi! Taxi! No, no, no. Oh, I believe by jumping into the water there, I got myself completely soaking wet, and now the temperature bar is shot down. Put my hat on. Put an extra layer on. You always played it that casting water walking is making you dry, so a 3-second water walking potion would be a magic towel. Interesting. I was thinking the dumbest thing the other day, right? I was watching Star Trek, as I do pretty much every other day of my entire life, and I was watching a holodeck episode. It was the one of the Voyager ones. It was the one where the Doctor goes into the holodeck, and it's like the Beowulf program running. Anyway, I was watching that, and the thought just occurred to me, like, if you get wet on the holodeck, like you go for a swim on the holodeck, and then you end the program, what happens to the water? Like, are you still wet, or do you instantly dry out because all the holographic water has been disappeared? How does that work? And what happens if you eat something on the holodeck? Does, like, it just disappear from your stomach after you leave the holodeck? I have questions. Here's the place. We are thirsty. Apparently. Drink some tea. And eat some burnt racer meat. We've got plenty of that. Hey, come on, Django. Don't come in here with the boring answers like that. Like, we all implicitly know this is true. But that's the most unsatisfying answer available. Hall of Wonders. Never noticed that before. What Hall of Wonders? Where? Hall of Wonders! My god. Cunningly disguised as a guard tower. Look at the cool upscaled writing. It's pretty neat. Dwemer Crystal Staff. Wow. Dwemer Crystal Claymore. Wow. Oh, I see. It's like keening, isn't it? That's really neat. I love the idea of keening not being quite so unique in that respect, and actually being a Dwemer crystal weapon that's been enchanted with that unique keening enchantment. That's kind of a neat idea. Makes keening look a little bit less special, I suppose, but Yeah, that's kind of neat. Potion of Champions. Fortify health and attack for 25 points for 600 seconds, along with a bunch of other unknown effects. Interesting. Is there anything special about this, do you think? No. Looks like the original, as far as I can tell. Orvus... I saw that Orvus Darren then. I thought it said Orvus Dren. I was like, what are you doing here? Mysterious Stone. Ebony Wakizashi. I would say this would be great if you're a thief character, but... nothing in this game is great if you're a thief character. Wings of the Queen of Bats. Do I have a wire? Do I have a disc?
Beyond measure.
Thief Ring. Belen's Horn. Flame Eater Pauldron. Bag of Holding? How much for the Bag of Holding? Any interesting books?
What say you?
Alchemist's Formulary. Yeah, it's less of a thief and more of a thug, Django. I think that's how that works. Petroka Bank. There's a bank? Hello. Welcome to Petroka Bank, Antonio. Our bank is the best in all of Morrowind, so probably the only one in all of Morrowind, but hey, so how can we be of assistance? A branch of the Briraka Company of Cyrodiil, also known as the Briraka Bank. We were the first to establish a foothold in Vardenfell, and you can trust us to remain. We're better than our competition, so give us your money. Okay, interesting. We offer a multitude of services here at Petroka. Hang on, we've gone through the number. You have 0 gold in your account. Okay. Interesting. I don't really have any money to deposit, but it's a nice idea. There's a Briraka Bank in Firewatch, actually. Oh, fair enough then. They sell anything to you? Got a lot of racer plumes. They're only worth 10 each. I kind of want them for levitate potions. Oh dear. Publius, we got no money. We're going to have to walk to Firewatch, aren't we? And that's a very long way from here. Let's go find the docks, at least. See if we can at least try and find out if there's a boat that'll take us to somewhere more useful than this. You, sir. Where can you take me? Well, Sadrith Mora would have gotten us part of the way at least, but we don't have the money. Looks like we're walking. Unless, no, you won't take me anywhere, will you? You're the whole of my end lady, aren't you? Yep. Time to pawn your equipment. Never! I had to go through so much to get this equipment. I'm not selling it. Probably saw something on the ground then. No. Just me losing my marbles. Nothing to see here. Alright, screw it. I guess we're walking to Firewatch. That's what it boils down to. I'm sure there'll be plenty of adventures for us to get into along the way. Could sell Publius' stuff though. No, I'm not going to sell Publius' stuff. What is Imperial doing here? Would she let poor Schnee go free? Schnee cannot be free without the key. Publius, did somebody slip something into my Mazte again? I've met a rhyming Khajiit. Marco Ignatius' house. Huh. Interesting. I see how it is. You came here to... Whoever this scumbag is... Yeah, you. Well, that haircut is a red flag right away, isn't it? Yeah, I see how it is. You can't own a slave in Cyrodiil, so you came to Morrowind to do it instead. Be an awful shame if something happened to him. How about thee? Wow, that actually hit. I'm amazed. Well, everybody, it's road trip time, apparently. Get yourselves comfy. I'm not even touching the keyboard right now. I've got it on auto run. Oh yeah, there was that whole quarantine thing. I remember that. Yeah, I think they ditched that pretty early on. How's Colin doing? He's fine. I think he's outside at the moment. He came in here, had a little nap about an hour or two ago, and then went back out again. Still light outside, so no real problem with that. Long live auto run, yes. More games should have it, if you ask me. I should stop wasting bolts. Just hit the stupid Quama. Let's see, Palmora, Pelagia, Vivek, Sadonin. Well, I want to go this way, I guess. This is the direction of everything that we actually want. Oh, it's this guy. Oh, this should be fun. Allow me to just get my breath back for a moment before we talk to this fella. It's finally stopping raining. Hurrah! I do wish fatigue restored a little bit faster in Morrowind. I'm okay with it draining via running, but I wish it regenerated a lot quicker.
You talk too much, Outlander.
Hello, my dear. Nels Lendo at your service. I see by your blush that my name is familiar to you. Fear not, fair lady. Nels Lendo is far from the heartless villain some have made me out to be. For as charming and gracious a woman as you, I would ask for but a single kiss. It would be the most precious prize I have ever solicited from a client. Yes, all I desire is a single kiss from a beautiful lady such as yourself. Will you not grant Nels Lendo so simple a boon? I'd sooner kiss a gua. No, well, perhaps it was too much to hope for a simple man such as Nels Lendo, but if you ever change your mind, you know where to find me. Good day, madam. I actually thought we were going to get a chance to fight him then, but it didn't result in combat. Never mind. I do kind of wish there was an option to slap him or punch him in the face, though. Hello, Mr. Kaguti. I was about to do my best stop you violated the law impression. Taunt him. What, and fail? Need I remind you my speechcraft skill is like 15? Oh no, I tell a lie, it's 17. No, it's not him actually. I know who you're thinking of, but I'm gonna push my glasses up my nose here and do a well actually on you, I'm afraid, because it's not Nels Lendo that the Breton lady's in love with. She is in love with Nelos Onmar, a completely unrelated Dunmer bandit highwayman. Highwaymer, if you prefer. I hate that little bit of grammar, to be honest with you. Actually, it should be highwaymer, or policemer, or firemer. Should we stop at the inn? We might as well. I refuse to use that little grammatical twist because it sounds dumb. Warrant for Harold Two Fingers. A Nord known as Harold Two Fingers has been reported for the murder of an Imperial tax collector in Caldera. He was last seen here in the area around Pelagiad. Take great care if you're travelling on your own. Stick to the big roads leading in and out of town. Angoril. Ugh. Dude. We've talked about this so many times. Personal space. Do you know what? Screw this place. We can stay for free at the fort. We're legionaries, after all. Hello, is that a mages? My god, there's a Pelagiad guild of mages. Well, well, well. Well. Flowers in a fort? This place is oddly well decorated, he says as he encounters a floating chest. I'll take the bolts. And a couple of hammers. And the scrolls of divine intervention. And all of this as well. An Imperial cult supply chest, eh? Good grief, that's some face paint. Well, it's downright cozy in here.
No worries. I won't hurt you. Ask your question.
I'm pretty sure I outrank you. You should be more careful who you speak to like that. Right, some good old burnt guar meat. Delicious. A bit of burnt racer meat to go with it. And some tea. Lovely. You look like you're... Okay, you're just standing there by the by the boxes. She had a kind of quartermaster look about her. How do you get into this place? Oh, right. Here we go. Had a bit of a Wolverine Hall moment there. If I recall, this armor here has some pretty good heavy armor available. In the vanilla game, anyway. Not so much here, though, it seems. In the vanilla game, he has quite a few nice bits of Imperial armor available. He does have some glass greaves, though. That surprises me. Couldn't afford any of it anyway, even if he did have it. Oh, good. The weather gods have decided to just spite me. Okay. No bone mold. It's not armor. It's not uniform, is it? It's not up to code. Well, actually, we do have medium armor skill. Actually. I like being on to actually the chat. It's a little vindictive of me, I know, but you'll just have to indulge me, folks. 10 years of YouTube comments have just broken my brain. Become the very thing you swore to destroy. Yep. Your channel dies before you become a villain, or you live long enough to something, wherever that quote's supposed to go. Here's the silly lady that's in love with Nelos Onmar. I'm not going to talk to her. I don't have the time for that horse shit. I've got places to be. You're right, probably should have left something at the altar. That's a good idea. I mean, we didn't really need to use the altar, admittedly, so... If we'd needed it, like, to get rid of a disease or something, I would have definitely left a proper offering. Need to put those lanterns on higher poles so people can't steal them so easily. Big old netch in a tree, don't mind him. Ghostgate, Balmora, Mount Cand, Molagmar. Trying to think which way we want to go, really. There's a lot of annoying mountains in the way. Let's leave the beaten path, shall we? I'm just gonna aim in this direction as the crow flies and see where we end up. Although I think if I follow this, I'm going to end up in Ghostgate. At least the Molagamu will make a nice change from this rainy weather. Just please don't be an ash storm. Frigging knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Get out of here, Publius. Get out. It's an ash storm. As soon as I said it, the damn sound effects started playing. I'll take the rain, thanks. Hello, is that other haunted fort? It is, isn't it? See, I was wondering whether or not they'd moved this. I thought, you know, we found Fort Ashmoth and it was all haunted in the last episode. I was wondering if maybe they'd just taken this fort and moved it into the Ashlands, and it was basically the same place except they changed the location. But no, it looks like it's a totally separate haunted fort. There's more than one, it seems. Notice how my temperature at the bottom there went right up to warm. After that, it's like getting blasted by a giant hairdryer. Oh, it's the Fields of Kumu Shrine. Looking a bit more shrine-like. Little offerings and whatnot next to it. Lorenor. Oh, you're the guy who's looking for the mating Kaguti, right? Yeah, I can't be bothered with your quest either right now, mate, I'll be honest. If I was taking my role-playing in this series a little more seriously, I probably would have stopped and talked to him. But I'm not! So sod it. I did say at the start of this series, I'd basically just be playing the game the way I would play it if I was sat at home, not streaming it. And behold, this is how I play my Bethesda games when I'm not Let's Playing them on YouTube. I just kind of take one look at an obvious side quest character and say, nah, can't be asked, and walk on. Fill cups with rainwater and ashfall. Really? Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that. Oh, and every time you see an Ancestral Tomb entrance like that, you get a little endorphin hit. So, ooh, loot, loot, loot! Treasure! Adventure! One of the big plantations, isn't it? It's just outside of Saran. Do 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 do. That's another mod I would make for this game if I had the inclination to do some Morrowind modding. I'd make a mod for this game that... Oh dear, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? I'd make a mod for this game that makes it so that every slave in the game has a key to freedom. So if you want to play a game of Morrowind where you just go around freeing all the slaves, you can do it. It'd be a lot of work because I'd want to make it compatible with Tamriel Rebuilt as well. But it'd be fun. Well, there's your whistle-stop tour of Saran, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. We're leaving now. We head into the Molag Mur, where it's probably still ash storming. Are we there yet? Not for a while, my friend. Not for a while. Yep, it is indeed still ash storming.
This is pointless. Give in.
Look at him go.
This is pointless.
He gets too far away and he teleports back to me. That's quite funny. Oh, nicely done, Publius. Nicely done. That's not what I meant to do at all. Misclicks for days. Whoa, hello. Don't mind the damn Silt Strider. Oh my god, look, it's got a little awning over it. That's cool.
You make this too easy.
Alright, we're just gonna have to grin and bear it, Publius. We're gonna just roast alive in the ash storm. It's just the way it has to be. I'm afraid. Well, let's hope this ash mask works as advertised. Publius, I forgot to buy you one, so you'll just have to deal with it. Be an absolute ball ache to get him to wear it, though, anyway. Animation's always been one of the weird parts of this game. Yeah, this game's animations looked bad even in 2002. Consult the map here. Yeah, we should be going in roughly this direction. No, ash mask. Yep. Medieval Batman. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ah! Mount Canned that way, apparently. No interest in Mount Canned. I'm no interested in fighting this scrib either, but he's decided to make an issue of it. Skinnable, eh? Might as well. Where's the... Ah! That was the button. Well, that's lunch sorted. Delicious scrib jelly. Which I still choose to believe is like the jelly in a pork pie. This is the house red around... Wait, maybe it's not actually. Oh wait, no, those are not red Aran banners. Okay, I got this place mixed up with a different one. Oh my god. They've got an archer. I need some restore fatigue. Some restore fatigue way. Come on. Ow. There we go, got a hit. Curse my crappy agility. Probably this is going to die pretty soon if I don't help him, you know. Have I got any scrolls that could help me here? Have I got... No, those are spells, not scrolls. Whoops. Oh my word, what? Ow, 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 let me go, let me go, let me friggin' go, ow. Right, I got some shield now. Good to know you're not dead, Publius. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh no, not an unarmed character. It's just what we need. No, they killed Publius, you twats. Oh. Doing that all over again now. I'm scorching. That's not good. Oh, for goodness sake. No, don't use your damn sanctuary. Ugh. It's the worst thing about fighting Dark Elves. Bloody sanctuary. Racial power. It sucks. Focus on one at a time. Just start killing him so he can... Just die! You awful, awful NPCs. Hey, at least I'm leveling up my heavy armor. Restore health. Go out, get a Publius. Right, it's just the archer now. You need to get her pinned against the wall. That sounds wrong, but that's how you deal with the archers. Right, we killed them all. My god. Corpus meat wrapped. Ooh, lovely. Apparently there's still something that wants us dead somewhere. You know what? Dows. There we go. Well, considering how hard the lunatics outside were to deal with, I don't feel like going in there is a good idea. Even though it would be a good idea to purge this place of these filth. Oh, hello. Found the missing link. Kill your stupid ghost. There we go. He's probably just getting some hits. There we go. At last! That'll be the way in, won't it? This will be the propylon chamber. Probably someone in here. Or not, actually, as it turns out. Huh. these? No, empty. Probably for the best. Let's, better yet, do a manual save. I don't do enough of those. Let's save and we'll check it out. Okay, we're actually not off to too bad a start. I'm sure it gets worse though. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I just ate the raw meat instead of the... Ugh. How dumb. Looking for my armor. There we go. Over and... Oh, come on. You can't... I'm going to reload the game, for goodness sake. Why is food poisoning so punishing? That's nuts. I mean, food poisoning's no joke, to be fair, but oh god. Why, of all the attributes to drain, did it have to be strength? Just quickly repair a few of our bits and bobs. Before we go in there. Yes, that's a good point, actually. Food poisoning doesn't typically take effect that quickly. Antoni's metabolism must be incredibly fast. Her digestive tract works with just hitherto unknown efficiency. Come on. This is just embarrassing. The guy has like no idea he's even being shot at. Man alive, I need some marksman training. What are we looking for? Oh, hello. These are all very well-dressed cultists, aren't they? The dreamers are typically all butt naked in vanilla. Oh god. Oh, it's Publius is fucking dead. Brilliant. Let's try that again. Okay, why are you so difficult to kill this time, you jerk?
Surrender now and I might let you live.
Look at Publius leaping off the side there. He's doing his Errol Flynn thing again. Look at you two with the same outfit, almost. It's like identical twins with different trousers. They're also throwing experts. It's like an 80s action movie. What the hell is this? Oh, hello. This guy's gonna hit like a truck, isn't he? Okay, it wasn't too bad. What are you talking about, Publius? Do you know what? I guess I'll take these darts, because technically I could use them. By which I mean throw them all at the wall behind the enemy, but you know. Alright, so far so good. I have to say, this is quite exciting, you know. I was expected to get instantly murdered after coming in here. It's actually proving a challenging but not impossible fight so far. I have to just drink a potion, aren't I? I'm going through my potions so fast. Hello, corpus thing. Oh, there's more. Don't worry, little brother. There's more. Oh, what have we got? A Dwemer long spear. Hello. That's an acceptable alternative to the Sword of Augustus, you know. I'm going to have that, and I'm going to keep it. Can we get into this, do you think? Is my lockpicking skill just about... Nope, too complex. Damn it. Damn, 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 damn. Shame I can't use it with a shield, as, you know, spears have been used throughout human history, but, oh well, whatever. Morrowind game engine limitation. Still, it could be useful because it's got a lot more reach, excuse me, than the sword does. I don't think Antonio really has any conception of what the heck this 6th house stuff is. It's just like, oh look, another cult of Dunmer religious lunatics, and these ones are particularly fucked up. Oh boy. This might be where things are about to get really troublesome. Isn't Spear's governing attribute endurance? I think I remember that. It's like, oh dear. Oh wow. Okay. I think we might have reached the limit of what we can actually do in this particular dungeon. Hang on a minute. Oh look! Oh, it was a bug. I thought almost for a second that was working as intended. For a second there, we had our shield equipped along with the spear. That was kind of neat. You know the drill at this point, everybody. Die, you monstrosity. Oh, come on, dude. Was that guy? It might have been a vampire. He sounded like a vampire, didn't he? Probably just eating all those spells. Holy crap. get them all? I don't think it spawned at... it didn't spawn on Ashfall this time. We got lucky. Thanks, RN Jesus. A dreamer. If it weren't for the fact that my carrying capacity is so damn limited, I'd be tempted to take his iron longbow and his crappy arrows and just use it to continue trying to level my marksman. Wait, 10. Sod it. Assign it to menu item 4. Oh, level up. Sweet. Oh yeah, this guy. Doesn't look like a vampire. Sure as hell sounded like one, though.
There is no escape.
Oh. Whoa, I thought she was summoning an ancestor ghost then. Apparently. No, she was summoning something much worse. Thank God I saved after the fight. Run! Run! Oh, for goodness sake, Publius. Well, now we're both dead. We really need to kill this bitch before she summons anything.
This is the end of you, Switch.
Damn it! Interesting that her position seems to be changing every time we come in here. Oh, bloody hell. How about we just don't go in there? How about we just don't go in there? How about we pretend that room doesn't exist? In there. Less a lock bashing. We'll never get that open. We might be able to get this open with it though. Oh, fuck you, game. I just wasted a long opening scroll. Great. Silver Viper Sword. Publius, I've had a skirt for you. Or we could be skirt buddies. There you go. Ooh. Didn't realise what I was looking at there for a second. Uh-oh. Hi, guys. Oh no, not another Twilight summoning loony. Just what we need. Go away! I've killed you. I've killed your master. You should not be. Ugh. Yeah, fuck you. Do 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 do. Erratic Buddha, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Oh look, a funky ash statue. Why don't I take one as a souvenir? I'm sure nothing bad would come of that. Ah yes, the House Dagoth chair stacking Olympics. They're practicing for the finals in Kogaroon. A note. Tainted is the light, false visions it paints, blackness of the mind, cancer of spirit. You can have that back. Right, let's go. Have we even fully explored this? I don't think we've been into that passageway down there. Kogaroon, an IKEA chair model. Hello. Oh dear, please don't kill Publius. What did I specifically ask you, you bastard? What did I specifically say? Let's see if I can try and kill this thing without like, dying, which is going to be a tall order given my health right now. Do you know, sometimes I feel like I'm having more luck with the spear than I do with the sword. Even though my spear skill is definitely much worse than my long blade. Go figure. Oh god, I bet you there's an ascended sleeper or something down here, isn't there? Or not, just a big pool of lava. Phew. You are comfortable. I wouldn't be if I was in here, but alright, whatever you say, game. Right. We should probably rest. It's a pretty horrible place to rest, but we should probably rest. Hold on a second. I didn't notice this extra building with a huge bell tower. Hold on one cotton picking minute. What is this? 6 house urns as well. Well, I'm sure some lovely variety of death awaits within here. Oh, can't open it. It's just locked. That's a shame. Never mind then. Do these give off any heat? They do. Gonna just lie down 5 times speed. Have a little rest. Because I think this counts as like sleeping. Our health should be going up right now. Indeed it is. Slowly. It's kind of derpy looking though, isn't it? Okay. Now it's like incredibly scorching warm because there's an ash storm again. Just in time for us to leave. Yeah, I see how it works, game. I see how this works. You are hot. Die, Kwama thing. Are you a friendly Gua? Nope. Water! Hooray! This means I can go splosh and cool off for a bit. Very nice. I might have gone the wrong way though. This is not really where we want to be actually. I want to be in that direction, but hey, we found some water and the ash storm is abated for the moment. I say we take advantage of this and set up camp. Publius, where is the... You know what, forget the tent. We don't need the tent. It's not exactly cold here. Although you... just gonna cause problems if I don't kill you. Have I got any firewood? Don't think I do I? Has Publius got any firewood? No. Where's my axe? There it is. No, I want to actually equip it, please. I have to click twice to equip stuff for some reason. It's very annoying. That'll probably do. Marvellous. Pop the grill down. I think I have a few uncooked bits of meat here. So, where is the one I ate last time? There you are. So eliminate the possibility of giving myself food poisoning with that in future. What's the consensus on what race of meat tastes like? Probably chicken, right? How many of these are going to burn, do you think? Only one of them. Not bad. go. Yes, that's the smell of my burnt cooking again. Bad luck, Publius. Okay, until healed. Oh my. Do you mind? Goodness me. Ascended to level 5. Strength. Speed. Agility. Ah, glorious sunrise. Starting to run a little low on the tea, but that's okay. Right. I'm sorry, I ain't taking endurance just yet. Speed, strength, and agility are all far more important right now. Strength for carry capacity, speed to make us run a bit faster, and agility because my agility sucks and it's making combat way more challenging at the moment. We ain't got time for endurance. Hiya! Where's this pointless? Mount Canned. Oh, it's an ancestral tomb with a skeleton. We've been here before. Why don't you get 200 speed boots? You mean the boots of blinding speed? Because this ain't that kind of playthrough. How far do we have left to go anyway? A long way! We're headed over there. Exactly what Django said. I could break this game. So very hard if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Yes, you do need to exploit Resist Magicka. Exactly. We'd need to be able to create and cast a Resist Magicka 100% spell. Or at least something pretty high, like 80%. And we aren't doing any spells with this character either, so that's right out. Oh, hello. This is new. The Mount Can Shrine's had a bit of a glow up, hasn't it? Shrine of some films. Pretty sweet. This way. About to go sliding down here. Whee! I love that he called the rat a scoundrel. You blackguard! You rapscallion! Ah, that'll be why the battle music hasn't stopped.
You're hardly a match for me.
I could do this all day. Is this the first cop character you've played since Claudius? I don't know. I'm thinking about whether or not Sally counted as a cop. Maybe. Did Claudius ever do the Civil War? Yep. Finished it. Completed it, mate. I could check out that Daedric Ruin. I don't have the energy right now. The that sixth house stronghold was a bit much. Oh, hey, look, it's the Arabadimson camp. We're just going to walk on by. I don't think there are any supply chests in the Tamriel Rebuilt forts, so... I'm not going to have any free restocks of health potions where we're going, so... And at the minute, every ruin we go into is costing us a number of health potions. Hello, Silt Strider. Now, is that a Silt Strider that's carrying passengers, or is that a wild Silt Strider? Because it doesn't look like it has a bit carved out at the top. I think it's a wild one. Yeah, it's a wild Silt Strider. Hello. Giant beast that could squash me like a bug, who I should probably give a wide berth. Can you kill it and harvest stuff from it? Maybe, but I'm not going to try. It's like walking up to an elephant and challenging it to a fist fight. Oh great, he managed to pop his sanctuary. Now we're doomed. Please don't die. Put this, please don't die. Try and kill the ghost at least. Oh wait, what? Dwemer weapons can't kill ghosts now, huh? Good to know. Need to restore fatigue as well, apparently. Thanks for that, ghost.
You're mine.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Publius. Do try not to get hit by my sword swings. Quick, stab him before I can cast Sanctuary. Fuck. Gotcha. Mal Mibishanet. Pretty sure you, sir, are the target of a Morag Tong quest. Ah yes, weak muffins, which are exclusively potion ingredients in this because, for some reason, they're not affected by Ashfall. Tempted to unlock that with the console, because it really ought to have a key. But I'm not going to, because you can't just assume that. It could be a chest that they stole from a merchant and they're trying to unlock it themselves. Your feet not getting a bit warm. Zero-calorie muffins, yeah. What a delightful sunny day. Publius the Firewalker, yes. Oh, good. Arguably, you should really take the Ash Mask thing off in Ash Storms, because it technically counts as warm clothing. But role-playing! Oh, hello, another yurt. Let's go for a swim, shall we? That'll cool us down a bit. How about the mud crab?
You're hardly a match for me.
Since you don't cast spells and don't want to pick locks. I never said I didn't want to pick locks. We just don't have any lock-picking skill right now. Odai Shah's yurt. You know what? There isn't a bunch of people stood outside attacking us on sight, so I guess it's none of our business. Hello. It's a slightly different variety of crab. It was a rock crab. Next time you hook a fish, you're hardly a match for me! Yes. Publius is just very extra in everything he does. Oh, hello, Red Mountain. I see you over there. Well, at least the view's pretty good from up here, you know, when it's not an ash storm. Morrowind doesn't have an earn route. Yeah, well, I mean, that whole fetch quest came from Oblivion, right? So, known route when this game was made was merely a twinkle in Todd Howard's eye. I don't know why, but I just felt like this thing deserved to die. It's a cliff racer, and I suppose that's really reason enough. Gotta level up that marksman and spear skill after all. Ah, the Grazelands, everyone! Patch of very, very lovely verdant grassland, which is, oddly, very close to Red Mountain. Oh look, it's a couple of Ashlanders by a fireplace. I wonder if they're going to attack me.
You're hardly a match for
Mystery
me.
solved. Oh boy. Oh boy. Careful with that, friend. You can't take just two random Dunmer for granted in this. Can you? Two rando Dunmer with kite and armor, you'd think, it's easy, we can take them. Nope! They both have Sanctuary and can summon an Ancestor Ghost, which will drain your fatigue to 0 and make you fall over. Talk about playing on hard mode. Blessings? Okay. Kanud Temple. Oh, there's a random temple out here, I guess. Kind of cool, I suppose. Nice glowy robe you've got there. You offer training, but not for me. I'm a filthy outlander. You call it needless rebalancing, and yet I call it much needed rebalancing. Much appreciated rebalancing. Faction members only, Imperial. Oh, fine, I get the message. Shrine of St. Veloth. We should probably get out of here, huh? We're just annoying tourists. So I find it very weird. I mean, like, it's like it says it right on the tin with Rebirth, you know. This mod rebalances a load of shit to remove exploits and things, and yet, you know, people still install it and then throw the toys out of the pram when they discover that, oh wait, it rebalances loads of stuff to remove exploits. Amazing. Who'd have thought it? How about just don't install the mod? No one's forcing you to. The creator of Morrowind Rebirth is not sat there with a revolver pointed at your head saying you have to play this. it's not a cliff racer this time. Don't tell me it's that Kaguti all the way over there. How curious. I suppose we better just keep walking. Yep, music's gone. All right. Oh, hello. He found us. Rat was just like, I travelled here all the way from Black Marsh to fight you.
We're watching you, scum.
Kleos, thanks very much for 24 months of subbage. Ah, it's a majestic view of the mountain, isn't it? Looks much better from this side. There's a lot less in the way of floating rocks and awkward clipping. Mountain seems unrealistically spiky to me. Nobody asked you, Patrice. Honestly, JB. Oh, look, more Ashlanders. Please, no! No more Ashlanders! No! Is this one of the tribes? No, this isn't, is it? This is something else. I don't want to go near them. Hello there, marshmallow and salt rice. Everybody, we're going to have a bit of a plant harvesting intermission here, I'm afraid. Hello, Mr. Rock Crab. Well, if you're not going to bother me, I won't bother you. Oh, I had to say it, didn't I? Alright, you little shit. Come on, then. All of your marshmallow belong to me. so many potions with you. Ah, well, I say that. I'm gonna fail to make so many potions with you. Hiya! That's enough. There's a temptation to go grabbing all the rest, but no, we're good. We're good. I've got 40 marshmallow now, and only 14 salt rice, oddly enough. I probably should have been grabbing wickweed while we were in the Grazelands as well, but never mind. I think there's plenty around Firewatch. Speaking of which, do you think we can get a boat there from here? I'm going to go with probably not, but you never know. Otherwise, we're going for a swim. Quite a lengthy swim. Why?
Let's see what you're made of. Give in.
Damn it. The ghost hit me. There's another health potion.
I will enjoy this.
What the? Oh, there's another one! Oh. Why? 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 Come here, you little shit. Fucking hell. No, I don't want to die. Son of a bitch. That was close. Just two friggin' yobs with clothes on and an axe. This guy had an iron rapier. Nearly murdered two fully armed legionaries. This seems a little excessive, don't you think? I'm tempted to disable the code patch option that lets native races use their native races. What does that mean? That lets NPCs use their racial abilities. Very tempted. It was a nice idea, but apparently I didn't bank on how absurdly OP the Dunmer racial ability is. Resting here is illegal. What, under this tree in the middle of the wilderness? Pfft. Lucky for me, I've got a way around that. Ha! It's time, 6 AM. Rested for the rest of the day and the entire night. I'm gonna drink the last of the tea. Eat some burnt meat. Pick up a bedroll. Do a spot of alchemy while we've got full fatigue. Let's see. Marshmallow. Might be all... Oh, wait, no. The wheat muffin. There we go. And the cook bulb. Let's see if I got anything else. Trauma root and racer plumes. Levitation potions. Hurrah. Right, I think that's all there is that's worth making right now. Let us continue. Let's put the rest of our armor on as well. It's not quite so hot today. Yes. I hereby requisition this boat in the name of the Imperial Legion. You're not allowed to do that. You have to be part of the Imperial Navy to requisition this boat. Wait, what? Damn, you're probably right. Well, I've probably already streamed enough today for one entire stream by itself. But I'm so determined to do a bit of Tamriel Rebuilt today, I guess we're going to have to make this an extra long stream. I don't even know what the time is. Where's my phone? How long have we been streaming? Oh my god, it's 8:30. Alright, well, another half hour at least. I like the extended cephalopod armor, that's pretty cool. You, madam. Tragically, you indeed cannot take me to the mainland. Nobody can take me to the mainland. Nobody. So we're going for a swim. It's the only fly in the ointment with Tamriel Rebuilt is the fact that there's no sensible blasted way to get there. What? Electric slaughterfish. Because why not, right? It's not like I was using that half of my health bar that's now gone. Alright, this is Hail Mary stuff, but yeah, I'll follow the suggestion of someone in the chat. And we'll try Teleroon. Wait a minute. Oh, this is not what I thought it was. Oops. Never mind, we'll try it anyway. That just cost me quite a bit of gold. Fucking bollocks. Yes, I'm with you on that. I'm definitely sure that they abandoned the quarantine explanation a long time ago. That's not a thing anymore. They just, for some reason in the current build, have not included the ability to fast travel there. Why are you so broke? I don't know. Just am. Might as well ask me why I'm so broke in real life. I don't know. Life. Life happens. You have to spend money. This is all quite interesting, this here, isn't it? Oh, what is this? Oh, this is Telmora. That's what this is. I'm just not used to coming at it from this angle. Aha.
This is pointless.
Ooh.
Give in.
Hit on the first try. Oh, hit him again. Beautiful. Hello, Firewatch. Oh, I can already see a slaughterfish from here. This is going to suck. I don't have a scroll that can help, do I? Nope. Theoretically, a divine intervention might get me there, but it wouldn't get Publius there with me, so we're going to have to do this the hard way. I think most of you 3 seconds of water walking, yes. I see you there, Slaughterfishy. Leave me alone. They always wait until after I've said leave me alone, don't they? Yes, I have water walking potions. And do you know what the duration of them is? Oh no, it's another one of these. No! Kill it, Publius, kill it faster! Which sadistic bastard sat there and decided, you know what? The water life, the aquatic enemies in Morrowind need to be even more annoying. Anyway, my water walking potions. Where are they? Last for 3 seconds. Enough said, I think. Swim, 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 yes. We're nearly there. This is so silly. We really shouldn't have to do this. But never mind. Just swimming the channel back to the mainland, yeah. This is an incredible feat of athleticism we're doing right now. Actually, though, speaking of that, I suppose we are leveling our athletics doing this. Faster than running, I mean. Oh, you can tell we've arrived because the frame rate has dropped by about half.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
Genetic Mania, that
Saturday. Have
is
few drinks,
a
Sergio.
slightly absurdly generous donation. Thank you very much. Completely unnecessary, actually, I would say. A simple good evening would have sufficed. Thank you, though. Every day is St. Plenty's Day in the Legion. Yes, you're right. Curses! Fouled by a dinghy. I can do this. There we go. Just spam the spacebar enough times.
Short trip, long trip. You decide.
Let me guess. You can take me to Dagon Fell, Sadrith Moor. Yep. Interesting greaves you've got there. You'll be all right, Publius. You'll figure it out. Right. Oh my god. This place is even worse than Helnim. I shudder to think what, you know, what's it called? I shudder to think what old Ebonheart will be like when we go there. Sweet mother of Christ, on a bike, trailing up behind a bendy bus. What on earth? This is, I'm sorry, I'm okay with having the frame rate dip a little bit, but this is a little bit much, thank you. That hasn't improved it very much at all. I think that's about the best we can do. Well, here we are. Hello, Roban. Welcome to Firewatch, adventurer. I sure have something you need. It's the Imperial capital of Telvanni district and the seat of the Duchess Jandacia. Duchess Perulia Jandacia rules Firewatch in Telvanni district from Ember Keep. She's a Sirod through and through, but she's been in Morrowind long enough to understand the way things work here. Ember Keep is the fortified palace of Perulia Jandacia. Yep, you imbecile. I already know that. You just told me. Morrowind dialogue. What's this? A shrine of Saint Taldeus. Saint who? Shield 20 points, War Saints Fortress. Cool. Let's see. Some offerings. Got anything that's not food I can offer? Be a bit of an insult if I offered one of my crappy potions, wouldn't it? There we go.
What say you?
Welcome to Firewatch. Ember Keep. Forts. Fort Dustmoth in Firewatch. There's also Icebreaker Keep, the Imperial Navy fort up at Nivalis. Alright. Never heard of that before. So this is all totally different. This is completely different. This is nothing like the Firewatch I remember. It's completely unrecognizable. How much money do I have at the moment? 118 gold, wow. A pawnbroker, just the man I wanted to see. I'm going to sell most of those to you because honestly they're no good to me for anything else. Sold the other glove. I really don't have a lot of loot to show for all of that adventuring, do I? See, I'm sure I've got some useless potions I can get rid of. Rising Force bargain. Nah. Store Magicka bargain. I guess I don't need that. And my useless water walking potions. There you go. Enjoy. Squeeze a bit more money out of you, sir. There we go. We've got a little bit more money now. Silver Spear? What Silver Spear? I have no stinking Silver Spear. What are you talking about? You get some of the most incoherent backseating in this Morrowind series. I mean, even by the usual standards. Playing a character with like 17 speechcraft and people tell me, oh, you should taunt them. What? What planet are you living on? Which stream do you think you're watching? Because it's not mine. Oh, damn. It's a world you can't use. Well, well, look at this. Are those mammoth tusks? You selling art? I don't do commissions for wanderers. I can't ever get paid. You understand. Oh boy, do I understand. Background. I'm Lelu Velald, alchemist and painter, apparently. College? The College of Firewatch is the big building up in Vanith Quarter. It's an institute of higher learning sponsored by the Duchess and the Imperial Commission. Many Westerners have come to Firewatch to teach or study, especially since Vvardenfell opened up. Interesting. I don't suppose they do a lockpicking course, do they? Rumours? The Dusters are a mob of gangsters and thugs, everyone knows it. The Duchess got a new champion sent out from the west to try and whip them into shape, but I can't imagine he'll be able to do much. It's what people call the soldiers of the Dustmoth Legion. They're a bunch of corrupt thugs. No one trusts them, not even the Navy. Oh my god, we've come to the right place, haven't we? Oh dear. And we thought they were a bit corrupt on Vvardenfell. Hawker tusks, fur pack. Ice Wraith teeth. Oh, neat. Salted cod. Hawker meat. Ivory. Flasks that I can use to put water in. Frost troll pelt. Yeah, I suppose in spite of everything we've run into, it could be worse. We could bump into a Skyrim frost troll and get absolutely murdered. Hello, Hal Sani Moonbeam. High quality goods, fresh from the Sea of Ghosts. Care to try some hawker meat? Bridethorn berries. Hawker pup pelt. That's just grim. An onion! Buying an onion is a little extravagance. It's been so long since Antonia's eaten an onion. And a potato! Actual food! None of this Dunmer crap. Pulled hawk. Barrister's Guild. Is that the one in Ebonheart? Fighters Guild? Fine Armourer. Chatel Mendel. Fine Armourer, huh? Imperial Newt Scale Helmet. Fine Armourer. I shall be the judge of that. Looking to peruse the handiwork of the finest smith in Telvanni. The master is at work downstairs, but I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. Well, an adamantium claymore. That's pretty sweet. Dwemer scrap cuirass. Oh, I see. It's like Dwemer armor, but it's medium armor instead of heavy. It's a few bits of Imperial armor here. Published, you want a pauldron upgrade, me old man? Don't you already have an Imperial? Yeah, he has one Imperial steel pauldron. He's missing one though, isn't he? I'll buy that. Try and barter her down a bit. Come on. Legionaries discount, surely. Let's see. You've got the right pauldron. You need a left one. There you go. Come on. There we go. Mercantile increased a little bit. There you go. Now you're in proper uniform, almost. You're just missing the boots. And a proper heavy cuirass, I suppose, but... She got any boots? She does have a pair of Imperial steel boots. However, how much gold do we have? I can just about afford it. Publius is worth investing in. There you go, dude. In fact, you know what? We'll take all the other old crap off you, mate. And we'll... Oh, wait, no, you still need that, don't you? And sell it. I think he's still using those braces, isn't he? Yeah. Anything else? He's been collecting projectiles that have been stuck in him, hasn't he? I guess I'll take those off you, mate. His sword needs repairing as well, doesn't it? I need to buy us some repair hammers. There we go. Right. Do you take second-hand crap? Because I've got plenty of it. There we go. Back up to 356 gold. That's not too bad.
Strange.
It's a neat looking little short sword, isn't it?
I've got a few minutes if you need some.
Hello, Ramiel. Hello, Chattel Mendor. Are you the man in charge here? You're here to buy, talk to what's up, face upstairs. Actually, mate, I'd just like a repair hammer. And some prongs as well, actually, why not?
Are you wounded? You should find a healer.
Who should find a healer? Right. Publius, give me a sword. It's not the hammer. Need that. There we go. Right. I have some prongs as well. Yeah, there we go. Sir, could I have another hammer, please? There we go. We don't have to get it like 100%, but there we go. Get it mostly repaired. Right, let me give you back your sword before you try and punch something to death in combat. And then I realise I've forgotten something important. I've still got this shield thing from the shrine. It's a little distracting, but it's handy. How much money did that cost? I mean, we've come out of that with 194 left, so it's not too bad. It would have been a lot more expensive to have the guy repair it for us. Garinia. Oh, it's this quest. I remember this. Excuse me, Imperial, but I'm having some trouble with the clan fair. I need your help. Yes, there's a clan fair inside my house. I managed to escape, but I would be most appreciative if you could take care of the situation for me so I can go back in. Alright, which house is yours? This one? Alright. We are guards, right? This is our job. There we go. Daedra hearts. Do you know what? Previously, we've not been in the business of cutting Daedra hearts out, because it's kind of disgusting, but... Man, we need the money right now. It's done. Thank you, Antonia. But I do have one more favour to ask. You see, the clan fair was summoned by Rinar Sandras. He's been a thorn in my side for months now. The man just doesn't understand the meaning of the word no. He's been trying to woo me since the first day I met him, and he wanted to show off and summon a clan fair. Now he's locked himself in my bedroom like a coward. If you would be so kind, please tell him in no uncertain terms to leave my home and to leave me be. With pleasure, Mom. Right, you little shit. Please tell Garinia I'm sorry about the clan fear. What? I was only trying to show Garinia how brave I can be. I guess I did a poor job of that, but surely you must have misunderstood her. She can't be asking me to leave. If you don't leave, I'm going to have to call more guards. Okay, I don't want any trouble. I'll follow you.
You talk too much out that.
There we go. Thank you for clearing my house of that foul creature, Antonia. Take this with my gratitude. Oh, that's a tip and a half, isn't it? Only in this playthrough, with this particular mod set up and this particular character, would I look at 125 gold reward and go, wow, that's loads of money. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's like a whole Silt Strider trip she just bought me. Amazing. Now then, it's a bit... How do you get to the fort in this place? It's like up on a cliffside or something, if I recall. But then that was the old Firewatch, so God knows where it is now. Guardian's house. What's this big building? Is this just someone's house? Yeah, it is. What's this? Enchanter.
You may speak.
Telling Vidrith, Clothier. Whoa. Is it supposed to do that? I feel like it's not supposed to do that. Whatever. The Howling Noose. Baleth's Bakery. What's this building? You're a guard. You're an Imperial Marine, aren't you? come to study at the college? Not really. I am Guard and Mariner of the East Navy. Thanks, Guard. His parents must not have liked him very much. Imperial Navy Command Post. Did you lose a bet? Okay. Well, you know. They don't call it rum sodomy in the lash for no reason. Percy and Lucinius. Your business in the city, you come to study at the college. Cuvier Shoal Flare. The Admiral of the East Fleet of the East Navy. You're an Admiral, huh?
So, this toothpaste stuff. What's it for? Fixing old teeth?
Probably this when we decided to join the Legion instead of the Navy, mate. I think we dodged a bullet. I have seen enough. Well, that would be the tower. I remember that, although I remember it being huge and square in the original Firewatch. This looks much better. Ah, noose. Do our best not to end up in that noose, shall we? Oh, I like that. I like that there's a big scorched, smoke-stained mark on the wall next to the forge. That's a good bit of attention to detail, that. Denier. Hello, Denier. You don't have a lot available, do you? Do you know what? Whoa, only 5 uses on those prongs, huh? That's not very good. You can keep those. Jono Grogazzle.
Friend to friend. May fortune be with you.
Your business in the city, or have you come to stay? Everyone was always asking about the damn college. Like, they're really keen to let me know about the college. Drakelight Beacon. Yep, you're asking me about if I want to go to the college as well. Knight Errant.
Are you all right?
Apparently, I need to be a knight errant to go through that door. Or rest in these beds. I'm just a humble champion, so I'm not allowed. It's presumably a way to get up to the top. I just can't be asked, if I'm honest. The Great Hall. Wow, okay. Nice painting.
Yet I do think he meant well.
Ah, the Posh Brigade are out in force in this place, aren't they? Look at this guy. Sinilos Tulnus. Cool armor. Welcome to Firewatch, citizen. You're standing in the old fortress of Firewatch, home to the Drakelight Beacon and the headquarters of the Honourable Order of Firewatch. Do you have business with the Duchess? Maybe. Depends if she's got any side quests that want doing. The Duchess is court historian and advisor, apparently. The Drakelight Beacon is the city's most famous landmark and the headquarters of the Knightly Order of Firewatch. Emperor Uriel V built the lighthouse when he was preparing for his invasion of Akavir. It's been a symbol of Firewatch ever since. I'm fine, thank you. What can I do for you? Why am I able to ask you about House Redoran? I don't know. We can, though. They cling to notions that have no place in our Imperial world. We must work to help them to use their not inconsiderable fighting skills for the Empire. I am Duchess Perulia Jandacia, Lady of Firewatch and ruler of Telvanni's district by the grace of the Emperor. What brings you to Ember Keep? The castle has been my family's home since the Emperor appointed me to the office of Duchess nearly 30 years ago. These walls are full of history. I see, madam. Well, I'll be going, I guess. Treasure chamber. Well, we gotta check this out, right? Well, it's very blue in the treasure chamber.
Did you want something?
Oh, man. This is another moment where it's just like, man, if I was a thief character, and then I realized I'm playing Morrowind. So, in other words, a thief character is just a mage you can cast invisibility, or Chameleon 100. Guard barracks. We allowed to sleep here, do you think? You do training. What training? Sneak, speechcraft, and acrobatics. Not interested. Wow, this place just keeps going. Hello. You are Fraskia Jandkia. Commander of the Ember Keep Guards first and the Duchess's daughter second. Oh, you're the Duchess's daughter. I didn't realise the presence of royalty. Advancement? You don't give me any orders. You can advance me though, that's interesting. Nice bathtub. And the Imperial Silver Helm just still looks rubbish. Still just looks rubbish. I mean, not only does it look rubbish, but I'm pretty sure in the vanilla game it always used to clip through your own head. Oh, I say, we're up on the wall now. Oh, now I have to be a knight errant to rest here as well, apparently. Goodness me. It's the posh barracks. This obviously isn't where the so-called dusters hang out. That's our lot. We need to be off with the plebeians. Jeweler. Furnisher. Rajasi. Hello, Rajasi.
It suffers wounds.
Is anything a student at the college might need? They are extremely keen on telling you about the college, aren't they? Wow. Everyone you bump into, banging on about it. That's a cool looking shirt, actually. I like the hat too. I shall make a mental note of this. I could get. If we end up doing House Red Run in the long run, I wouldn't mind like some fancy, posh civilian gear. And that shirt with that skirt, with that hat, that's a hard yes. Firewatch College. Do you know, almost out of spite, I feel like not going in there, but I will. You're a student at the college, eh? Hadland Fine Garments. And Tony Manor. It's got my name on it. This must be mine. Frelia and Tony.
Not again.
What? Another person with the same name has walked in. Here to shake me down for more money? I won't stand for it. I'm a friend of Duchess Jandacia. You know, she'll vouch for my credit. I just know it. Excuse me, what? This must be a quest. Another random person walking into my house. Ah, this is the Birica private bank. It was mentioned by the dude earlier. Grand Chapel of Akatosh. It's not that grand, but then I guess it is just a chapel. But of course, in the Elder Scrolls universe, the word chapel has a very mixed sort of meaning. Because sometimes it means stonking great big church. Join the Imperial cult. You know what? I'd love to join the Imperial cult, but my stats just suck for it. So, regrettably, I think perhaps I won't actually be doing the Imperial cult with this character.
All right.
It would just be too frustrating. Song of Pelennor Volume 8. Interesting. I was kind of hoping that'd be a skill book, really. Nice hat! Scroll case. Who are you then? When you finish walking around in circles. This guy is Aetius Arturia, Knight and Initiate of the Imperial Cult. Huh. I see.
Whatever you want, within reason.
How do I get down from here? I feel so... Oh, here we go. Right then, shall I have a look at this damn college everyone's been making such a fuss about? What's this? Duchess Vanith. Duchess of Firewatch since 364, Bridami Vanith chartered the College of Firewatch in 379 as part of her effort to grow the city beyond its traditional military role. Though she lived to see the completion of the college by 387, Duchess Vainth, I was reading it as Vanith, and it's not it at all, it's Vainth, was tragically killed in 398 attempting to retake Nivalis from the forces of the Tharnite conspirator Cassick of Ebonheart. Cassick? That kept the Cassick from... I remember doing that quest in the Let's Play. Well. General Cassick, I remember him.
What's your problem?
Tuition and fees. College of Firewatch offers a multidisciplinary selection of courses, each taught by an esteemed scholar in the field. Courses for the year 427 to 428. Principles of Alchemy. Archaeological Methods. Geography of the Eastern Provinces. Innovations in Magecraft. Modern Morrowind History. Philosophies of Dark Elven Thought. Rhetoric and Oratorical Style. Tuition for each course. 1,500 subjects. Yep, okay. That's what I call grounded fantasy right there. Higher education costs you ludicrous money. Our city's taverns reviewed. The Ebonheart Bellman. Mages Guild. Well, still no closer to finding the damn fort. What's this? Oh. It's just... Oh, it's another part of the Mages Guild. It branches onto it there. Why are there scorch marks on the outside of a Mages Guild? I don't know. Oh, hello. Things have suddenly gotten a little ashlandy. But only like a tiny, tiny bit. Dagon Ural region. That's new. Oh, what the devil is going on here? I say. This asset is deprecated. How much do they pay you to make you wear that, mate? Error. The red box of shame for the bad NPCs. It's been misbehaving. Okay, well this is completely different. I used to know the geography of this area pretty darn well. Because you came out of Firewatch and there were these big hills up here, and on top of this is where the fort was. And then you go down that way, and there was a big sort of grazelandy bit. You go along there, you can pick up lots and lots of wick wheat, and so on and so forth. Now, there's a Daedric ruin and a bunch of ashlands. Things have changed here, haven't they? I'd be curious to know why there are ashlands here. Man, this shield effect lasts for ages, doesn't it? It's kind of handy, actually. I just want to get to the fort so I can rest in the bed and get my health back. I can't get over how poor the frame rate is here, honestly. Is this a case of modern megalomania? This town, because I mean this seems a little excessive in the old performance department. Where the hell's this fort? Specific place. Fort districts, Ember Keep, Drake Lake Beacon, Fort Dustmoth, and the Docks complex make up the old fortress. Okay. It's the original core of Firewatch built by Symmachus at the end of the beginning of the Third Era. Ember Keep, Drake Lake Beacon, Fort Dustmoth, and the Navy base. Alright. Is this Fort Dustmoth? It's the Census and Excise office. Is this Fort Dustmoth? No, it's the East Empire Company. Dustmoth Legion Garrison West Tower. Getting closer. East Tower. just goes back out into the street, doesn't it? Ember Keep Guard Barracks. Ember Keep Great Hall. Guess I'll just go into one of the towers and try and find my way from inside. Hello. Oh! You ready for orders and advancement? I guess I am. Reporting for duty, sir. I have a shipment to Nivalis I need you to deliver. Take this package. It's a letter from the commander to Tiberia Roan at Nivalis up north. You'll find her upstairs in her quarters at the Icebreaker Keep. Here's some drakes for boat fare. Thanks for that, by the way. I was about to complain about how much this was going to cost me. Or for patching up your boots after the trip. You'll probably want to come right back when you're done, unless the snow makes you feel at home. 50 gold. Why do I feel like it's going to cost me more than 50 gold? Package for Tiberia Roan's been added to your inventory. Okay, jolly good, sir. I'm Vykios Pitio, the captain of the Garden Firewatch and chief lieutenant to Commander Tamriel Rufus. I've been with him since before the simulacrum. That means you get orders from me. Don't bother Tamriel or the champion about it. That would be Darnell in the Eastern Watchtower. You can go to him for training, but he's not in any position of command, so don't go to him for orders. Report only to the commander and I. Okay. There's somewhere to sleep here. Hello. Blank scroll. Hello.
What say you? What do you must?
Excuse me, what? I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that, soldier.
What say you?
Calm down, mate.
Tell
Hey,
your
Los,
friends about
villain.
this place.
Oh, you can give me a hot meal and a water refill. Bless you, sir. Oh, they got a bakery. Sweet. I mean, you got to feed the troops somehow, right? Maris. Warrior and trooper of the Imperial Legion. Kind of thought you were going to be able to sell me something or train me, judging by all the stuff lying around. The Garrison Dungeon. Oh man, the jingling chains. That brings me right back to playing Thief 2. Interrogating Dunmer. That probably makes for some very grim reading.
What say you?
That goes to the West Tower. This goes down further, apparently. What's the deal with this guy? He's got stuff written on the walls. Well, at least the prisoners get a bloody bed. What about me, though?
What say you?
West Tower. Oh, there's a shrine here.
All right, I'm listening.
Hello. May I tell you about the Imperial cult? Would you invite you to join us? Yeah, I know. I would make a useless cult member, trust me. I think we left Publius behind there somewhere. Publius, you cretin, where have you gone? The evidence chest. He's up there, isn't he? What on earth? Publius? Oh, he's not just done another disappearing act on me, has he? He only bloody has. Ah, useless bastard. Yeah, this is an annoying little issue with Publius. He just does this sometimes. He just friggin' deletes himself from the universe. Oh boy. Alright. We're going all the way back here, apparently. Use this well? No. Alright, behave yourself this time. Shipment to Mephala, very good, thank you. Oh my fucking what? Oh, Antonia, it's you. I'm Darnell, champion of the Dustmoth Legion. Glad I caught you. I heard Vykius asked you to deliver a letter from the commander to Nivalis. And this is going to sound strange, but I'd like you to show me that letter, will you? Why? I just want to make sure the commander's not doing anything sneaky. If you've been around Firewatch for very long, you've probably heard about our garrison's problems. A lot of crooks and drunkards in the ranks, all the way up to the top. I'll just give the note a look over and then hand it right back. No. Fair enough. I'm sure it's for her eyes only, and you've got your orders. But if you ever get orders you think are suspicious, talk with me. I'll help you sort it out. I'll be in the watchtower at the east end of town. Alright. Right. Darnell, Knight and Champion of the Imperial Legion. That's what people call the Dustmoth Legionnaires. People resent the soldiers here, and rightly so. There's no sense of duty or loyalty to the people in the Dustmoth garrison, only loyalty to one another. Watch yourself around them, champion. Alright. Interesting. The plot thickens, everybody! In the meantime, though, we still need to find somewhere to rest.
What say you?
Is Darnell friend or foe, indeed? So I decided not to show it to him. Something seems fishy. I don't think Antonia would. She'd be like, nope, got my orders.
What say you?
Yes, what is
You
it?
don't get to look at them just because you feel like it, sir. Hurrah! Hurrah, 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 finally. Excellent, we found the barracks. Until healed, I guess. Also, we're quite hungry and thirsty. The potato. No, I'll cook the potato. The onion apparently doesn't need cooking, though, so raw onion, yum. Time is it? 9 PM. Oh my god, just 12 hours. There we go. Right. That'll be us ready to go next time, everyone. It's just one of those dummies you can actually stab. No, it's not. Thank goodness, because otherwise probably it would be just going ham on the thing. Alright, folks. We've had fun today. I wanted to get a bit more of... I wanted to actually do some Tamriel Rebuilt quests today, but that didn't happen in the end because we were too poor to afford the fast travel. Not that there actually really was any fast travel in the end. the quest for a bed, yeah. So, folks, when we come back next time, which should be tomorrow, we will actually do some of these quests, because I've heard the Firewatch Imperial Legion quests are pretty darn good. So I've been looking forward to it, because I really felt like the Vardenfell vanilla game Legion quests were getting a bit stale for me personally, so I decided, right, let's go to Tamriel Rebuilt and try and find something with a bit more meat on the bones, so to speak. And so far it seems to be delivering. So yeah, looking forward to it. And also I'll get an opportunity to explore a lot of this, because I thought, right, with the Embers of Empire update for Tamriel Rebuilt, that they pretty much just redid Firewatch and Helnim. Apparently, though, they've redone a lot of the surrounding landscape too, so clearly there's going to be a bunch of stuff to explore. I mean, there's Nivalis all the way up there, which I don't remember being a thing in the old Tamriel Rebuilt either, come to think of it. I think I remember there being an island here, but I don't remember Nivalis, so yeah, that's interesting. Stuff to look forward to, eh? Yeah, so that we'll be doing that tomorrow, folks. Oop, there we go. I hope you've had fun. I'll catch you next time. I don't think there's anyone online to raid at the moment, so we'll just go. Not much else to say, folks. Yeah, see you tomorrow, everybody. Should be roughly about the same time as today. I'd like to start a little bit earlier. Is he still streaming? Well, to be fair, I suppose if he had stopped, he probably would have raided me. Did he go live just as I did or something? Because I didn't see a notification. Must admit. Open up the dashboard. Raid chat. Well, I'll be damned. He's apparently playing Deus Ex. It's weird to see him streaming so late, honestly. All right, fair enough. We'll raid him then. I have a feeling he might be stopping soon, but you know, let's do it anyway. Why not? Go say hello to Varix, everybody. Who I did not realise was streaming. There we are. I'll probably watch him a bit before I get ready for bed, actually. So, cheers, my dears. See you tomorrow. Toodaloo.